Morning. Hanging in there. Go out there, man. Shit. I gotta get some razors for my face. I gotta cut this goddamn beard, man. Get my pizza fix or something, man. Nah, I ain't gonna have no pizza this morning. I think you already had a pizza fix this week. Yeah, we did. I think it was the day before yesterday. Yeah, we don't need no more pizza. We're waiting till next week. I ain't gonna work out today, guys. I'm too tired, man. I guess we're gonna go the opposite direction then. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the topic, man. Social media has ended a lot of men, bro. You know, some men won't make it with their genetics, I mean. Going this way? Which way am I going? Shit, yeah, let's go this way. You know, some motherfuckers won't be able to replicate themselves, man, because of social media. I mean, there is some plus and some negatives with social media, bro. It's not all bad, you feel what I'm saying? But there are some negatives that social media has brought to society, bro. You know, one of those negatives is motherfuckers are gonna struggle finding sex, man. Some motherfuckers are gonna struggle finding sex in relationships. You know, and I'm sorry, some guys are not gonna make it. Man, you know how long it's taking me to get this bag, bro? I mean, who can go through that, bro? You gotta be some type of superhuman to go through that, man. It's not easy to like generate wealth or just money, period, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, hurry get across the street. It is severely hard to be part of the 20% of men, bro, that's getting dealt with on a regular basis. Some guys are left out.
Wait.
Like this one guy over here, bro. He's an Indian dude. He sells me the alcohol. He found the twerk was like 6 months ago. He finally came up on some sex or whatever. And then ever since then, he been on a drought. I remember how happy he was when he finally found some sex. He was having sex and stuff like that. You could tell he was in a happier mood. You know what I'm saying? He found the woman, and then she ghosted him, bro. And ever since then, he been back on that drought again. Man, I feel bad for him, bro. So, you know. And I'm sorry. What's up with it? Money Hunter? What's up with it? I'm sorry. Some guys are not going to get the bag. I can see the shit that I went through, bro. Like psychologically, I went through some shit, and I'm still going through some shit chasing this bag. But when I think about it at the end of the day, when I do get the bag, I'm gonna be like, God damn, I went through some psychological shit, bro. I went through loneliness. I went through desperation, sadness. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could get a bag. The average man, he can't even go through none of that shit, bro. You can't go through none of that. Oh shit, it's gonna be hot today again? Oh man. You know what I'm saying? The average man, he been on gave up already. But not me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that fact that if I give up, it's gonna be like this for the rest of my life. And I ain't never gonna see my dreams. You feel what I'm saying? My dreams ain't gonna never come true, bro. And I don't want my genetics to be destroyed from or wiped from existence. I mean, you know, I don't want my genetics to be wiped from existence. So I'm like, okay, I get this bag, I'll be part of 20% of men, and I'll be in the safe zone. But it's gonna take some minute. It's gonna take a minute to get it. But once we get it, baby, it's gonna be worth it. I promise you. I promise you. You'll be in the safe zone, and you'll be able to pass on your genetics with ease, man. You know. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about passing on your genetics with ease. Not struggling to pass on your genetics. You don't want to do that. You won't get no sex, man. We about to get we about to get a rock star, bro. We about to get a rock star, and we're gonna call it a day. It's gonna be another hot day, man. So I'm gonna go down there and fly a sign. I ain't gonna fly a sign for too long though. I'm gonna hurry my ass back over here to get away from this goddamn heat. That's about to happen today. I don't want to be in the heat for very long, but fuck that. Yeah, it's all about the bag and shit, man. That's gonna help you pass your genetics. Cause some guys, I can tell, they ain't gonna make it, bro. They ain't got the drive. A lot of guys ain't got the drive, man. They've been destroyed since childhood, bro. Their mom and dad destroyed them, man. I hated my mom and dad, both of them. I hated those motherfuckers with a passion, bro. And that's bad to say something like that about your parents, man, but them motherfuckers wasn't shit, bro. They wasn't even good people either. You know what I'm saying? They were bad people, bro. You feel me? So chasing this bag is not an easy thing to do. Matter of fact, it's very hard to do. And I don't feel like I'm never gonna give up, But I can see motherfuckers that are average at best will stop chasing the bag. You know, I can see why motherfuckers give up. I mean, we talking about you might see years, it might be years before you see a bag. You feel me? It might be years before you see some money. If you get lucky enough, you'll see a bag within a couple of years. You know, a couple, when I mean by couple, I'm talking about 2 or 3 years. You feel me? Like, that's what I mean by a couple. But it might take you 5 or 6 years to see a bag, bro. It might take you 7 years to see a bag. That's how dedicated you gotta be when you're chasing the bag. You're chasing the bag for years at a time. Because your genetics is at stake, bro. You gotta understand, you're trying to pass your genetics on to the next generation. We gotta have children, bro. Meaning we gotta have children. You feel what I'm saying? And some guys won't be able to do that, I'm afraid. Some guys, the bag is the only thing that can save them from whatever situation that they're in. Either you're dating ugly women all the time, fat women all the time, you're stuck in that position, or you're not getting women at all. Some dudes are straight up just incel. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But some motherfuckers ain't gonna make it. Not all of us, man. So only some of us gonna make it. It's like some motherfuckers gonna get left out, bro. What can I say, man? Only the strongest gonna survive. You know? I'm strong and I'll survive. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I'm strong and I'll survive. That's how we gotta look at it. Cause I'm already getting up there, man, and children is a must-have once I get the bag, man. Feel me? Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna take care of you when you old? Nobody? What's up, boss? You saw what I was talking about? No. Hey, like, I'm just chilling. That's one thing about the youngsters, man. They all in their own world. I got a lot of shit going on, bro. Got no time.
Yeah, just, you know, tunnel vision, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's how you get shit done, bro. Have a good day. It's gonna be hot again to that hunt. Damn.
Yeah, looking like it.
Damn. You know? You know. I want to see how you get them girls once you get the back. I know I should. I know what I am. I'm gonna start another start another channel on another platform. I'm gonna start a channel on a platform, probably what's they call it, Rumble or something like that. I might do gold digger planks. Go get a nice car and do those videos. You feel what I'm saying? Because all you gotta do is have a very nice car, and we could do gold digger pranks and shit. Of course, it's gonna be scripted and shit. You know, like they do. That shit is all scripted, bro. Shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's got to be a real reaction. If you do it that way, it'd be hard to like. I mean, it won't be as funny and shit. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, you can do it the real reaction, but you'll be struggling to get a woman to react a certain way and shit. I mean, because not all of them gonna turn around and give you some action because of your car. You know? A lot of that stuff is scripted, man, so it could be more funny. And shit like that, man. But, you notice that rich people, they get to pass, rich men get to pass on their genetics with ease, man, with no struggle. They got the money to. They don't have to wait until they get their shit together. Their shit is already together. All you gotta do is bust nuts inside the coochie, and that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have kids just like that. It's the snap of a finger. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that this bag is your only hope. You know what I'm saying? You know, the bag is your only hope. Cause I want to remember, man, how it was before the bag, man. Oh yeah. You feel me? I'm gonna remember, you know. But the journey to the bag is like something that a lot of motherfuckers would have been and gave up by now, because it's so hard to get it, and you got to be very, very patient and very, very strategic. You know, takes a little bit of thinking. You know, and this never giving up, man. And a lot of cats would have been done gave up by now, but not me. I wasn't taught to give up in my capoeira class, in my martial arts class. I wasn't taught to give up. I was taught to keep going until I execute the move. That's it. Until I got it down. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't taught to give up, bro. You know? That's what you got to do nowadays, man, is chase that bag. And you'll make it, you know. A lot of guys don't get it, man. You ain't gonna get a bag just easy like that. That's why I say a lot of guys they're not gonna win, you know. A lot of guys don't have that drive to keep going day after day, month after month, year after year, chasing something. You feel what I'm saying? They don't have that discipline or that mentality. Nowadays, bro, you gotta be a motherfucking smooth criminal, or you gotta be, you know, you gotta be a predator, bro. Just like that hawk that come around and eat the seagulls and stuff. You gotta be a predator to survive, man. You can't be prey. And a lot of men, I'm sorry, men are prey, bro. A lot of men are prey out here. You know, like that one guy who came around my channel talking about death to all Chads and women. And I was like, what? Who was this motherfucker, bro? Where'd that character come from? I was like, get your incel ass up out of here, man. Shit, ain't nobody killing nobody, bro. We trying to get this money. So he don't understand that he need money to get a woman, bro. The motherfucker who dropped that comment, Man, he need money to get a woman big time, but he's saying like he won't make it. You know, he's one of the ones who ain't gonna make it. Cause look at his mentality. You know, you know. Kel is smart. He will protect the bad from gold diggers. Yeah, I'm not gonna let a woman just drain me out of my resources. You know, after I done worked hard and chased it for years at a time. I'm not gonna let a woman just drain me, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I'll like be single with my money before I go broke being in a relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Because if I feel like she's more of a, she just here to get the bag or whatever, or she's more of a, you know what they call it. If I feel like she's more of a, what's the name for it? God damn it! I should be thinking about it more. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hey, yeah, a liability. If I feel like she's more of a liability, bro, then I will cut her. If I feel like she's draining the money that I won, you know what I'm saying, fair and square. You know, it's just like with all that hard work and discipline involved. If I feel like she's draining me, then yeah, I will get rid of her, man, quick. I ain't gonna I'll stop talking to her and stuff like that, man. That's why you gotta fix it where you got infinite funds coming in, man, where it's just coming in, and it's hard to like produce generational wealth, especially with all the distractions like women in the way. You know, you get a first bag and what you want to do? You want to go trick that shit off on a female after she done gave you some sunshine, beautiful, delicious pussy, you know. And she done gave you some coochie, now you want to spend something on her, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how dudes go broke, man. When they first get the bag, they start spending and getting with females and buying fancy cars. A lot of rappers did that, bro. They got out of the fucking situation that they were in, and then they went back into the situation that they're in just by hanging out with the wrong females or buying expensive cars and stuff like that. I mean, number one, the rappers, you know, T-Pain, who else did that? What's her name? What's her name went broke? Tyga. You know, because they want to live that life so bad for like long periods of time. Like, bro, that's the only thing that's coming in right now is your rapping money. You know, and rap careers don't last forever, man. They come to an end after a while. That's why people like P. Diddy and Jay-Z and 50 Cent became multi-millionaires and billionaires because they kept on investing their money. You know, of course, yeah, they did splurge a little bit, you know what I'm saying, on some cars or whatever, but they did take some of that money and invest it. It's not that hard to do, man. I don't see why a lot of like rappers, they get a whole lot of money and, you know, they don't think to invest in the long run. They don't think like, God damn, this rap career ain't gonna last for too long. I might as well invest it. Same thing with Snitch 9. I mean, 6ix9ine. I pronounced his name wrong. It's like he had all that money, bro. You know, he was a short dude too, man. Really short. He was like 5'5" or something. He had all that money, bro, flashing it in front of the cameras and stacks and stuff like that. And now he's broke. Now his rap career is finished. It ain't never going back. You know, all the snitching he did, it fucked his fucking career up. So now he came and he's broke now. He's like me and you now. You feel what I'm saying? You know, my thing is, you want that fucking life to keep popping out at you. If you want to keep on living that life, you have to keep on investing too. I get a bag, I take my money into some investments. So I want to stay at this lifestyle. I don't want this lifestyle just to be only for like, 4 or 5 years and I'm back poor again. Nah, that's why I understand a lot of these rappers and these athletes, they're fucking stupid, bro. They get out of the situation that they in through all that hard work, and then they start spending their money on stupid stuff, ending up broke in the poorhouse. Like Mike Tyson and MC Hammer, it's like they thought their careers was gonna last forever. And they thought they was gonna be on top of the world. They didn't think like 5, 10 years from now, when I start getting old and I start losing fights, or how about when the music industry takes a change all of a sudden? They went from drill music to the hyphy music, you know what I'm saying? Now your music ain't hot no more, because it's like 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? That's why investments is the most important thing, man, when you first get a bag, bro, because you want to keep them women around. You have to think like, God damn, if my money disappeared, bitches disappear. I better put this money into some investments. You feel me? That's the one thing I'll think about. If let's say I won like $2 million or whatever, I'll take half of that. I'll take $1 million and I'll invest it, and then I'll go splurge the other $1 million. You feel what I'm saying? I'll go on a long vacation somewhere for like 30 days. I'll buy a nice car for about, 60 or 70 grand or something like that. Probably a used Benz. I don't need nothing brand new, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save a little bit of money. I'll just go get a Benz with like some low mileage on it. Maybe at the most, or at the least, like 20,000 miles on it or something like that. And then I'll be trying to hit another jackpot or something, you know what I'm saying? In the process, and then once I come up on another jackpot, and then my investment, came through and came back to me, then I have all the money in the bank right there, man. And then we'll just keep on making investments. That's why you always, be looking online to see what you can invest your money in, because you want the bitches to stick around. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to think like this, like, damn, if I spend my money like that, if I'm just spending, no money coming in, or if I ain't making no investments, this money gonna disappear and the hoes are gonna disappear. And that's how Diddy was thinking about it. He was like, man, if I spend all this money, I won't be able to do no freak offs. Put some money in some of that Ciroc. Put some money in some clothes and keep the hoes around. I won't be able to do no freak offs. That was what was on his mind. He's like, I need plenty of money to do freak offs. And so the motherfucker became a billionaire. Now he could do many freak offs. I mean, he got in trouble for it, but he didn't get in trouble for the freak offs, but he got in trouble, with the other things going on. With Cassie and stuff. That was his only downfall, was women, though. A woman just brought him down to his knees, man. And then when you get the money, you gotta maintain a humble attitude, because Diddy was not humble after a while, bro. He was just too full of himself. He thought that nobody could touch him. Guess what? A woman couldn't touch you. Many women have brought many men's careers to a fucking goddamn halt and shit. You feel what I'm saying? They bring your career to a halt and make you lose some of your money, man. If Diddy would have just gave Cassie the money, he wouldn't be in jail right now. But he was so full of ego and thought he was untouchable. It's like, man, when you get money, you gotta maintain a humble attitude still. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand something, bro. Life it's about the strong, man. A lot of guys don't get that. And then you gotta make sure you cross the finish line. You can't have any type of any thoughts of failure or anything like that in your head. You gotta You have to succeed. You fixed it in this life where you have to succeed or you're gonna suffer for the remaining years of your life. And I'm not playing, I'm not joking when I see the remaining years of your life. That means however you got long to live, you're gonna be suffering throughout the whole entire thing. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you know, nobody wants to suffer throughout their whole entire life, bro. Why do you think I lost the weight? And I exercise because I don't want to be looked at as a fatty, a fat dude. I don't want to struggle getting women's attention and stuff, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, why do you think I'm chasing the bag? Because I don't want to be looked at as broke, dusty, not a blessing to my family. I ain't got much family anyway. You know, not no real ones. Ain't no no real family members coming out here giving me nothing. I've been out here homeless by myself. You know what I'm saying? And striving by myself, bro. So guess when I get the money, I'm gonna be spending it by myself. I'm gonna be investing in the money by myself. I don't want to have nobody coming around me, man. Unless it's a bitch. It's the only one who's gonna be fucking with me, man. Other than that, man, fuck all that, bro. You could go on that shit. I was there when you was nobody was there for me. You was there for me for only a little bit. You only bought a few clothes, a few shoes, and you think I'm supposed to spend all the money on you or give you a huge portion of it? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Well, back to what I was saying about a lot of guys who ain't gonna make it, because that's what the topic is about. A lot of guys are gonna get left out. Not every single man is gonna be part of the 20%, man. Not every single man got the drive and the courage to be part of the 20% of men. You feel what I'm saying? You know, just like my dad died, man. He didn't have no courage or no persistence or no perseverance. You know, he didn't have none of that, man. No drive, no ambition. He just lived life like how it came at him. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga like me, I don't like how life is coming at me. I don't like being a worker bee and shit, man. You know, I want to be in charge of my own destiny. That's where me and my family separate. You know, my father, my mother, you know, they wanted shortcuts and stuff and taking the easy route all the time and stuff. You know, I'm different from my mother and my father. You know, I always wanted to be rich. I always wanted to be successful. That's why I fucking spent all that money on that music equipment, bro. I spent nearly $5,000 on that music equipment, bro. It all went to waste. The repo man came and got it. It was stuck inside my van. When the repo man got my van, he got my music equipment. And I spent all that money. Because I had visions in my head that I was going to make a hit and become successful. But I was so stupid and so young back then, man, that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, how to bounce back up on my feet again. And that's another thing, man. I might get back into music. Once I get a bag, it'll be different then. Because then I can find artists really easily. I can pay people to write songs. I'm talking about not just any old something, not just anybody, but I could pay people in the music industry that's already making hits. I was like, man, how much you gonna make me a hit, bro? I got about 30 racks on top of that. $10,000 per verse. Shit like that, man. I got the beat and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you got money, bro, you can make motherfuckers who are in the music industry already hot. You can work with them when you got the money. All I gotta do is go get some young talent and go get some songwriters, man, from the music industry, and we can make hot songs like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I never really thought about that. Take the money that I win from my future jackpot and go straight to the music industry, the motherfuckers who make the hits. And I walk in the door like, can you guys make me a hit? Walk in with a big ass like diamond crusted chain and shit. Can you guys make me a hit? Like, God, nigga, where you get that chain from? Oh man, I hit a jackpot a while back, man. I'm trying to make a hit. And that money working with them motherfuckers is expensive because they accurate with them hits, man. And hot songwriters and shit like that. But when you make a hit, man, you make it all back. You know what I'm saying? Go get some youngsters, because I don't want to, I'm too old, man, to be a rapper and shit. But I can go get me some youngsters and get some songwriters and just be behind the whole entire thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what Diddy did, shit. That nigga Diddy, he never made not a single beat, not no single verse. Bro, all he did was be behind the music, behind the talent, you know. He didn't make not a damn single beat. And that's the easiest way too, man. Because all you do is orchestrating shit, bro. You ain't making no beats, you're not writing songs. You're just being behind the whole thing, man. Putting it together. Like blocks, you know what I'm saying? Like some Lego blocks or something. Instead of going the hard route, sitting there making beats all day long. I ain't got no time for that, man. Just get me a beat that's already ready and get the talent. I got the money in the bank to push it. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a motherfucking goddamn fortune, man. And my dream came true through somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like, man, motherfuckers gotta wake up, man. Your competition is fierce. But you gotta understand, you let the motherfuckers know that you're more fierce than them. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit you with a fierce karate chop, you know, upside the neck, man. I ain't playing no games. You know, I'm a smart dude, bro. I'll outlast them all. And I'll be a fierce competitor on your ass. That's how I did with Capoeira, man. Capoeira, I was fierce. I was a fierce Capoeira player, bro. Not too many motherfuckers could fuck with me in that group. I think it was me, Jimmy, and Eugene, and who else was good? There's some other good motherfuckers that was. Well, I was one of the good ones, man. Can't nobody fuck with my skill in Capoeira, bro. Even some of the Capoeira mestres wanted to hang out with me. The Brazilian Capoeira mestres wanted to hang out with me when they came to America for workshops and shit, and for the batizado, which is the baptism. You know, and everybody getting cords, and people are getting baptized into Capoeira. Sweet, you get swept and shit like that. That's how they baptize you in Capoeira. You a beginner, you ain't got a cord yet, or you got like a white cord or something. You gotta get sweet. You gotta get a sweat from like a Capoeira mestre or something. And then there goes your baptism right there. As you can see, I started my journey toward this bag 5 years ago. And I still haven't given up. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta remember my resume. Yeah, check my resume. I stayed in Capoeira for 12 years. So what they say about my personality is that this guy doesn't, he don't have a give up personality. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you stuck with something for 12 years, that means you dedicated, man. And I still train Capoeira on my own. So I've been training Capoeira since I was 15 years old. And here I am, 45. So that's like 30 years, man. I've been training capoeira for 30 years. I train on my own now when I'm exercising and shit. I throw it into my exercise because it's good cardio and it brings my body fat percentage down low. You feel what I'm saying? All them spinning kicks from the hip and shit like that, man. You know, that shit is a workout, bro. A good one too. Your whole entire body will be sweaty when you did enough of those kicks, man. You start sweating and burning fat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that when I was younger, that you was burning calories while you was playing capoeira in the circle and shit like that. I didn't know how much of a fat burner capoeira really was. I was just doing it, and I was hella young. And six-pack abs, that shit is coming back and shit. So you gotta understand, Kelcan's a go-getter, bro. And don't forget the times where I've been to Brazil twice, man. I went to Brazil twice. I saved up all that money and went to Brazil. The first trip, man, I got scratched my arm. The first trip I went with a group. The second trip I went by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a go-getter, man. I know what it takes to accomplish something, man. You know, years and years of chasing them. You know, I spent years in capoeira chasing belts and stuff. Every time I got a new belt in capoeira, I had a sense of accomplishment, man. I had a sense of accomplishment. I felt like I accomplished something. I got a brand new color belt around my waist. You know what I'm saying? I kept going all the way up to, I stopped at purple cord, which is a high cord in capoeira, bro. Like, purple cord, you just don't get that, man. It takes you years to get the purple, bro. Years. And I got my purple cord. You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that, hey man, I'm getting older, man. I need to start chasing this bag. And then I got into music. Started making beats and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I got past 25 and I was just like, gotta chase this bag real quick. But I was too young and too inexperienced in life, man. At 25, that's a baby, man. Anybody who's 25, that's a baby. You really don't know what you're doing unless you're somewhat disciplined and you're more mature than the average 25-year-old. You feel what I'm saying? But I acted my age, man, and I let distractions get in the way. I didn't pick up where I left off. I kind of just stayed down. You know, I got knocked down, I stayed down, I didn't get back up. You know, I let things, you know, discourage me. When a repo man came and took my music equipment away, I should have bought some more. But I just let people take my dream from me, man. It's a bunch of distractions. That's what gets motherfuckers, man. The reason why a lot of niggas don't get the bag, because they let other things distract them, like women, relationships, even marriage sometimes. They let marriage, you know, get in the way. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't let women get in the way, bro. You can't let women break the concentration. They be the first ones that gonna call you dusty. Oh, you spent years chasing women, and they be the first ones call you dusty and broke. You know, broken dusty. Yeah, I'm broken dusty because I spent years chasing you bitches. So I stopped doing that. I stopped chasing women. It don't make no sense to be broke all the time and chase women. Being broke don't make no sense, man. I get the bag, they chase me. It's just that simple, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, stop chasing the goddamn females and you'll get the bag. But you can't give up. Like I said, man, when you're chasing the bag, that's the number one reason why a lot of guys won't make it, because they got some quit in them. You know what I'm saying? Or they get distracted, or they don't have no faith. They don't think that humans are capable of accomplishing great things. They don't know that hard work and consistency pay off in the long run. They don't know that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know that hard work and, persistence pay off in the long run. They don't know it. But you gotta know it. You ain't gonna win like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think Hellcat believes in like aliens and stuff? Because I believe that them aliens were, at our level. Them aliens were at our level at one point. And now they became nearly gods now because they've been around longer. You know what I'm saying? Like they said that ship or whatever that is that's coming our way, 3I Atlas, it's like it's like billions of years old. Oh my God! Before our fucking sun was even around, bro. These motherfuckers are old as shit, bro. Whatever aliens created that thing that's flying toward us right now, 3I Atlas, them motherfuckers are old as shit. They're like, can you imagine us in another billion years? Damn, can you imagine how insane our technology will be in the next billion years? If we survive, in a billion years. Because right now, we only 350,000 years old, bro, as a human species. That's young compared to the other motherfuckers out there, man, in the galaxy. I believe there is, life on other planets and shit. We can't be the only ones. But when I see flying saucers flying at supersonic speed, that let me know that, hey, man, anything is possible, bro. We could become gods too. And we keep living and we keep on existing, and we're gonna be at an insanely level, godly level. You know what I'm saying? All the gods that people be talking about in the sky, the most high, and eventually the human being species will become like that God you're talking about in the sky if we keep on existing, bro. You hear what I'm saying? You hear what they saying about that 3I Atlas? They saying that shit is godlike. Like, that's insane. It's like basically rewriting physics. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in the higher power. I believe that I'm the Black Bruce Lee. I believe that I can achieve things with my mind. You know what I'm saying? I don't look past the human mind. I think that the human mind is very interesting and magnificent, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Anything could be accomplished as long as you put your mind to it and your heart to it and your soul into it. Come out of any situation, bro. It's all about how badly do you want to change your situation? How badly do you want to be able to pass on your genetics with ease? It's got to be written in your will, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I don't have this, I don't have a life. And that's true. If you don't have the bag, you don't have a life. you don't have a life. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because without it, you're going to suffer for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying? This shit is written in my will. I've been wanting to be rich since I was like a little kid, but I got distracted, that's all. But now I'm back on track. It don't matter. You know, I got distracted, got on the wrong train, so now I'm taking the right train. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had sex in 2 years. I ain't been chasing no bitches or nothing, but that's okay, man. We're gonna have a whole lot of sex once we get the bag with big booty model bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's my fucking reward for all the years of chasing the bag. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that's gonna be my reward. You feel me? And you get rewarded for all your discipline, man, and your effort, and your hard work, and your consistency. You feel what I'm saying? You're being consistent on a regular basis. You keep on doing, something gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your lucky break. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about staying focused, man. Don't let nothing come between you and that focus, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of cats don't get that part right there, that you will be rewarded for chasing this bag. And you're gonna get fine bitches too, man. Of your liking too. You don't have to settle and shit for the rest of your life. You know? That booty gotta be fat. That's all I gotta say. I get the bag, I get it like I like it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like how I like her. You know, tall with a nice big rump. You feel what I'm saying? And young too. But you gotta understand that anything is possible in this lifetime, bro. If you don't understand that, bro, you're gonna be finished. You're gonna be done for, bro. Anything's possible, bro. Believe that, man. Don't worry about what they say about you. Oh, you homeless, you're broke, you're dusty. Oh, you ain't really doing this, you ain't doing that. Don't worry on the sideline trying to distract you, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know, don't worry about them. They're gonna be in the same situation forever. You keep on focusing on you, and you'll get the job done, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my mother didn't leave me with nothing. My father didn't leave me with nothing either. That's why I hated them both. They never really thought about us. They never really cared about us. So I'm here to change all that. That's my job. Is to change the direction that my family has been heading in within the last 350,000 years. That's why we broke down, because even my ancestors didn't give a fuck. They probably were chasing women too. My whole entire bloodline was let women just destroy their fucking careers. You know, let women distract you from building and stuff like that. I seen shit like that out here, man. Some guys, they care more about that kitty cat, bro. I mean, they care more about that kitty cat than they care about money. And you can't let that be the case. You feel what I'm saying? No, money is number one, bro. That's what you need to get first. And then put the women next in line. You feel what I'm saying? Though money is first, then women comes next. You have to know that order, bro. You got to realize that that's the order of things, man. Because without the money, you better be a Chad or a Tyrone or something. Other than that, you an average looking dude, man. You need money. And you need money definitely if you're below average looking. You have to go on a journey, man, where it's taking you years to get to where you got to go or whatever. It don't matter. The years go by quick anyway. It don't matter how many years that go by, man. As long as it ain't taking you 60 years to get to the bag. It shouldn't take you 60 years to get a bag, bro. It should take you 5 to 10 years, somewhere around there. A lot of motherfuckers rap for free before they got their break in music. For like years. You think that was easy for Jay-Z to become one of the best rappers of all time? You think that was easy for Eminem to be entering a black music genre and then come out on top? You think that was easy for him? You know what I'm saying? I do consider, you know, Eminem one of the best rappers I ever heard, man. Them verses, I ain't never heard nothing like that. Back when Eminem was in his prime, you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to those verses. I'm like, God damn, he on them verses like bees to honey and shit, bro. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? You think that it was easy for 50 Cent to become 50 Cent? Nah, man. That wasn't easy, man. That was a goal that he had, and he had to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? And he had to practice his rapping all the time. He had to always spit a lot of verses and stuff. And you know, he had other motherfuckers that was riding on his coattail, like Young Buck and Lloyd Banks. Them niggas wasn't as talented as 50 Cent. They wasn't as smart as him or as brilliant as him in the rap game. They just was average rappers at best, and they lucked up and they got with 50. But he was the one that was the talented one, though. You feel what I'm saying? They wasn't as talented. Lloyd Banks wasn't as talented. He came out with just one hit. And then what's his name? Young Buck wasn't as talented as 50. You feel what I'm saying? They meaning they didn't work, they didn't work as hard as 50 did. 50 was working hard on his verses, bro. And he knew how to get a crowd going. You know what I'm saying? But he was talking a bunch of shit on the record. That's why he got shot. They didn't like what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? You know, you think it was easy for Tupac to be the best? He outworked a lot of people, bro. That's what it's called, beating your competition to the punch. You know? And being talented and being a creative thinker, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You want buzz, you want what they call it, you want people to flock to you, you know, you want clout, man, you gotta outthink motherfuckers, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta figure out what draws people to you. And then go ahead and chase it. You got motherfuckers out here talking about, man, you ain't doing nothing but clout chasing. I'm supposed to clout chase. That's how we get money. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let motherfuckers like shame you and shit, man, and talk about, man, you just doing this for the money, man. You clout chasing like a motherfucker, bro. You blah blah blah. Like so the fuck what? Mind your own business, man. Because this is all about money, man. That's all what it's about. And the most creative thinker and the strongest is gonna fucking win, man, the game. Because like I said, some motherfuckers don't got looks, but they got brains and heart. That's what you gotta have. Brains and heart. Never quitting. No pain, no gain. You feel what I'm saying? Even when the pressure gets tough, man, you still keep going. Even when it's lonely, when you ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't had a woman in a long time. You gotta keep going. You feel what I'm saying? Always gotta keep going. No matter what happens. You still alive, you still got 4 fingers, 5 fingers and 5 toes, my bad. Why would I say 4 fingers? That would be alien-like. And you got like 5 fingers and toes, you got a brain, you got a chance, man. You feel what I'm saying? You got a chance, bro. There's always a chance, but you always gotta be taking them chances, man. Don't let the fucking time fly you by, man. And you ain't taking no chances. You ain't taking no risk. You know, no risk, no reward, bro. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we chasing this bag because we want the reward from it. We want the bitches. We want the fly cars. We want the houses. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we chasing the bag. And, you know, in the end, you know what I'm saying? In the end, we're supposed to get that. We chasing the reward. I get the bag, I get my dick sucked by 8, 9s, and 10s with big asses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, every single day you gotta keep your mind on that and know that, hey, once we get there, it's gonna be all worth it. Watch. You know. Anyway, I got to end up in this chat, man, because we already at an hour right now, man. But it's a good chat. Shit, you feel me? Like, it's good to talk to people, man, and shit like that, man. You know, get your opinions out and shit like that, man. It's good. That's why I do it. That's why I get up on here and on YouTube and spit that game or spit that truth or that knowledge, because I do got knowledge. I've been through enough wars with females and people in general. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have lived almost half of a century, so I should have some knowledge. You know, I'm knowledgeable about distractions. You can't let distractions get in your way, or self-doubt, or self-pity. You can't let that get in your way. You can't, whatever personal feelings you got, loneliness and stuff like that, you can't let that get in the way of getting that bag. You gotta have a solid neck, man. You feel me what I'm saying? I'm talking about a thick ass neck. You know, in this journey, I probably already took like a few years off my life. But I don't care, man, because I don't want to live poor anyway. Shit, I might not see 70. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, I don't care, because I don't want to live like this my whole entire life, where I'm struggling to get anything. It's built inside of me to be rich. I was born to do this. I was born to chase the bag. That's how I look at it, man. Because it all started when I was a little kid. I've been wanting the bag since I was a little kid, bro. But I didn't have the right guidance. Didn't have the right parents. The parents was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They could care less about a bag. You know what I'm saying? They was living life, you know, how it came at them. You know, and that's not me, though. That's never been me. I always wanted to be rich, bro. But in my 20s, I got totally distracted. Always in relationships, chasing behind the kitty cat at bars and clubs. That was my biggest distraction. And now I don't have that no more. I don't have that distraction no more, bro. Get off me, fucking bug. When they get hot, them bugs be trying to jump on you because you start sweating, and they're attracted to the sweat. I always wanted to be wealthy and be rich. Why you think I bought all that music equipment for, bro? I bought all that music equipment. I spent thousands on it, nearly $5,000 on the computer and the Pro Tools and all that shit, and I didn't follow through with it because I was too distracted by women, bro. That's my main downfall, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I haven't been chasing no women for the last couple of years. I ain't even had sex. You know what I'm saying? I'm always jerking off, thinking about fucking bad bitches and shit. You know, jerking off, looking at porn and stuff. And this one day I'm gonna be that nigga in the porn one day. When I get that bag, I'm gonna be that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to live my wildest fantasies, man. Have threesomes on the regular. That's another thing when you got the bag. You can have threesomes on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Fantasies, a bucket list. Well, that's what you got, man. You feel me? Because this life ain't forever. Eventually, we're gonna pass on to the next side, man. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, we're gonna pass on, and you know, our day is coming. You know what I'm saying? With the death and stuff. Eventually, that's gonna happen to us, man. Look what happened to Hulk Hogan. You know, he lived throughout them years, kept living, kept getting old, kept getting older and older. Then his day was this year. Okay, death is amongst us all. We ain't living forever. If you think you ain't that body of yours, you think you're gonna be living for like 400 or 500 years, man, you got another thing coming. This life is short. And then once you die, you ain't coming back ever. So you gotta look at it like that too. That's why you wanna get the bag and enjoy it and, you know, and get off me fucking B. That's why you want to get the bag and enjoy and then travel and get all the cars you want, because eventually, you know, you're going to die. We all going to die. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. I'm living for tomorrow. I'm not living for right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers end up broke and dusty forever, because they're all about right now. What can I get right now? Oh, give me a sub 5 female. I can get that right now. You know, I get that low-hanging fruit. I can get that right now. But what about getting the high-hanging fruit? And wouldn't that be more rewarding? I want the high-hanging fruit, nigga. I don't want this low-hanging fruit. I don't want sub 5 stalker. You feel what I'm saying? That shit is easy to get. You know, motherfuckers, they so busy trying to get a quick win, a quick win or something. You know what I'm saying? It's a quick win. But it ain't as good though, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna end this live. You guys have a good day. I'm out. Peace. It's already an hour and 10 minutes. I'm out.